This report is based on a YouTube video that has circulated widely online and reignited public attention toward Meghan Markle and the ongoing discussion surrounding the possibility of her return to the United Kingdom. The video has become a reference point for renewed speculation, drawing viewers into a broader conversation that touches on royal history, personal transformation, media narratives, and the evolving nature of public life in the digital age. As the video gained traction, it reopened questions that have lingered for years, particularly regarding Meghan Markle's relationship with Britain, the royal institution, and the public that once followed her journey with intense fascination. Meghan Markle's absence from the United Kingdom has been one of the most notable aspects of her post-royal life. Since her last visit in September 2022, when she attended the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, she has remained in the United States, focusing on her family and her professional ventures. That final appearance in Britain was marked by solemnity and restraint, contrasting sharply with the media frenzy that once surrounded her daily movements. Since then, the absence itself has become a story, prompting continuous speculation about whether she would ever feel comfortable returning to the country that once defined her global identity as the Duchess of Sussex. The YouTube video emphasizes that any potential return would not be a casual visit, but a carefully considered decision shaped by security concerns, personal boundaries, and the symbolic weight such a move would carry. Prince Harry has consistently voiced concerns about safety in the UK, arguing that the loss of automatic police protection following their departure from royal duties has made travel to Britain a serious risk for his family. These concerns are not abstract. They are rooted in years of hostile media coverage, documented threats, and the psychological impact of constant public scrutiny. For Meghan Markle, the decision to return is therefore inseparable from the issue of protection, privacy, and control over her environment. Beyond security, the narrative surrounding Meghan has evolved dramatically since she stepped away from royal responsibilities. Once framed primarily through the lens of monarchy and tradition, she is now widely viewed as an independent public figure who has reshaped her identity on her own terms. In the United States, Meghan has pursued media production, lifestyle branding, and advocacy work, redefining how she engages with audiences. Her projects in television, podcasting, and publishing have allowed her to tell stories centered on empowerment, personal growth, and social awareness, themes that resonate strongly with a global audience. The video draws attention to how Meghan's public image has shifted from that of a royal outsider to a self-directed entrepreneur. This transformation has not been without controversy, but it has demonstrated her ability to remain culturally relevant long after stepping away from formal royal duties. Her influence now extends beyond royal commentary, positioning her within conversations about celebrity entrepreneurship, women in leadership, and the power of personal narrative in shaping public perception. A potential return to the United Kingdom would therefore represent far more than a physical journey. It would symbolize a moment of reckoning between past and present. For supporters, such a return could be seen as an act of confidence, a sign that time and distance have allowed healing and reflection. For critics, it might be interpreted as a calculated move, reigniting debates that have never fully settled. Either way, the event would dominate headlines, social media discussions, and broadcast analysis, reinforcing the idea that Meghan Markle remains one of the most closely watched public figures of her generation. Fashion, an element frequently highlighted in coverage of Meghan Markle, would inevitably play a significant role in shaping the narrative of any return. Throughout her time as a working royal, her wardrobe choices were scrutinized for their symbolism, blending modern minimalism with subtle references to heritage and diplomacy. Since relocating to California, her style has evolved toward a more relaxed yet refined aesthetic, reflecting both personal comfort and brand identity. Observers note that her clothing often communicates confidence, independence, and a deliberate departure from rigid tradition. A public appearance in the UK would likely revive fashion analysis as a form of visual storytelling, with commentators interpreting her look as a statement about where she stands today. The broader implications of a return extend to the British royal family itself. Meghan's relationship with the institution has been one of the most debated aspects of modern royal history, touching on issues of race, inclusion, mental health, and media accountability. Her presence in the UK could prompt renewed discussion about how the monarchy adapts to contemporary values and how it addresses criticism in an era of transparency and social media. It could also influence public attitudes toward reconciliation, change, and the future role of non-working royals. The YouTube video also reflects a shift in how audiences consume and interpret news about high-profile individuals. Rather than relying solely on traditional news organizations, viewers increasingly turn to online platforms for commentary, speculation, and alternative perspectives. This democratization of discourse allows stories like Meghan Markle's to be continuously reinterpreted, reshaped, and debated by a global audience. In this environment, the line between news, analysis, and opinion often blurs, amplifying both interest and controversy. Despite the ongoing speculation, there is currently no official confirmation regarding Meghan Markle's return to the United Kingdom. Sources emphasize that any decision would depend on practical considerations as well as emotional readiness. Meghan's priorities, according to those close to her, center on protecting her family and maintaining agency over her public life. The possibility of a return remains open, but it is approached with caution and deliberation. What remains undeniable is Meghan Markle's enduring presence in public discourse. Years after stepping back from royal life, she continues to inspire conversation, debate, and analysis across continents. Her story encapsulates broader themes of identity, autonomy, and the evolving relationship between public figures and the institutions they once represented. Whether she returns to the United Kingdom or continues to build her life elsewhere, her influence persists, shaped by both her past and her ongoing transformation. As the discussion sparked by the YouTube video continues to unfold, it highlights a central truth of the modern media landscape. Absence can be as powerful as presence. Meghan Markle's potential return to Britain is compelling precisely because of what it represents, not only for her personally, but for a world still negotiating the balance between tradition and change, privacy and visibility, expectation and choice. In that sense, the question of whether she will return remains open,